Hi, if you're in the market for an integrated oven, then it can be really confusing because there are so many models to choose from and so many features and benefits as well. So what I tried to do is to come up with 10 things to consider before buying an electric oven. Now there are a lot of things to talk about when you're looking at ovens, but these are really the 10 things that we talk about most in our showroom and through our website. So let's have a look. So these 10 things are not in any particular order, but I would consider this first one is really the most important one, and that's the size of the oven that you want to go for. So the largest tend to be these ones. So this is a built-in double oven. They tend to be around the 90 centimetre height. Things like the width and the depth all tend to be relatively standard, but again I'd always double check that it will fit in before you buy it. So these are the built-in double ovens, and at 90 centimetres high they tend to be normally at eye level, as that one is in our showroom. You have also got the built-under double ovens. They tend to be around 70 centimetres high, so they are shorter and they are designed to go under a worktop. So that has the advantage that you've still got two ovens. Just have a look at the capacity in those, because sometimes they are very small, so some people tend to go for a better single oven rather than a double oven. But that leads us on to the next one, and that is the single oven. So with these, they're 60 centimetres high. That's the most popular type, especially in the UK. And then you go to the compact oven, and they are 45 centimetres high. So they tend to go well when they are suited near other ovens. And what you'll find is a lot of those ones, they might just be an oven on its own, but it might have other things in, like a grill and microwave as well. So that's number one on the list. Just check the size that you want first of all, just to make sure it will fit in. So number two on the list would be the type of oven. And what I mean by that is that there are three different types. So you've got conventional, fan oven, and then multifunction. And basically with a conventional oven, you just normally have the heat from the top and the bottom. Then with a fan oven, clearly like this one, you've got the fan at the back. And with multifunction, they tend to be more popular now. It just allows more functionality when you're cooking. So you've got the option, so for example, if you were cooking say a lasagna and you only wanted to heat the top of it, then you'll have that option. Or if you're cooking pizzas, then you'd have the option to just cook from the bottom. So with a multifunction oven, there are so many more opportunities to get better performance from the oven. But the majority of ovens now tend to be the fan oven. That's really something to look out for. The main advantage of a fan oven as opposed to conventional oven is it's much more even cooking. So number three on the list would be the capacity of the oven. This is really important, and it's something that does go overlooked. Not many people tend to comment on it, but we do tell people to look out for the capacity, mainly because just because it's a standard say 60 centimetre height, then don't assume that the capacity of each oven is the same. So just to give you an idea, this is a Neff oven. This is one of our most popular ones, and with this one, this has a capacity of 71 litres. Compared to this hotpoint oven, this has capacity of 56 litres. So it's 15 litres different compared to the Neff one. And so that's number three on the list. Check the capacity of the oven. Number four is how easy is the oven to keep clean. Now cleaning the oven is something that a lot of people hate doing. So when we talk about cleaning the oven and show people different functions and different things to make life easier, then it normally goes down quite well. So I'll just show you the three main types. So this is the standard type of oven. This is just one of the basic hotpoint ovens, and you'll find it's just got the basic enamel lining all the way around, and to clean that you just take all the shelves out and clean it as normal. Some ovens, this is a Beko one. This has catalytic liners. So you'll normally find that most of the time they're on the sides, sometimes they're on the top, and sometimes they're at the back as well. It really depends on the type of oven. These are really designed so that as the oven gets up to around the 200 degree mark, then the fat will just burn off, so that can make life a lot easier to keep clean. And then as you go up from there, I'll just take you over to this Neff oven, or back to the Neff oven, and in here you'll notice it's not got the catalytic liners. This has something called pyrolytic cleaning. And what you'll find is that as you go up to this level of oven, then they are normally a bit more expensive, but what that means is that when it comes to the cleaning of the oven, it's so much easier. It has a certain program and it sends it all the way up to around normally between 450 and 500 degrees C. And after it's finished the program, then what it will do is it will actually leave like the ash and dust at the bottom of the oven. So you normally just take everything out, and it shows you in the instructions what to do, but basically as far as cleaning the inside of the oven, then you've not got a lot to do with a pyrolytic cleaning oven. So I've talked about the cavity of the oven, cleaning that. What's also important is the ability to clean the glass door as well. You will find that some doors and the glass are fixed and there's not a lot you can do, so you just end up cleaning it like this. Some brands will give you the option to take this glass out. So it's not the external glass, this is the internal glass, because this is really the part that gets dirty. And with some of them, what you can do is you can actually unclip that and then just take the glass out. So it's really easy, and then you can just give that a wash with hot soapy water, or sometimes you can just put it in a dishwasher if it's really greasy, and then all you do to put it back is just to locate it at the front there, and then that just pushes back on. So some of them can be a little bit stiff, you want to make sure it's located there properly, and then you're ready to go. Now number 5 on the list would be the door of the oven. Now I know you might be thinking, why is that relevant? Because all of them have doors. So a standard door on an oven opens like that, and that's how they've been for years. Now if it's at that height, and if you've got the ability to use it like that, then that's fine. There are some people that if you are, for example, in a wheelchair, or if you're in a very thin, like a galley kitchen, then you might not have the ability to have the door opening like that. Then you might want to have something like this. So this is something that Neff offer, and this is called slide and hide. And what that does is, rather than the door sitting out, then it offers you the ability to have the door going under the oven. Now this is something when we show people, it always goes down really well. So I'll just show you that again. So the door sits like that, and it just drops underneath the oven. Now that has an advantage. So if you are in a wheelchair, then you've got the ability to come up to the oven, and it's a lot safer rather than having to work around the door. And again, for a lot of people, especially where we are, there's lots of small kitchens, they're quite thin, so rather than trying to work around the door, then by losing the door underneath, it just makes life a lot easier. Now number 6 on the list is the type of control and the display. So on some ovens, then you have the basic control like that, and that just controls the temperature. If it's not displaying the temperature on the display, then to be honest it's not that accurate. They are pretty accurate, so if you want something at say 200 degrees, then you'll put it there. Sometimes if you're doing something like a cake, then you might want it a little bit more accurate. And that's where going with something like this can be a little bit better. You've got a really nice colour display on this one, and as far as the temperature, you can just set it like this. So if you want it at 200, then it will sit at 200 like that, and you know that it's always accurate. So something else to look out for are timers. So you've got different timers on different ovens. The one at the top is like a minute minder, so that's just a very basic timer. As you go towards the bottom ones, then these are programmable timers. So what you can do is you can actually turn the oven on and off using a set timer. Now number 7 on the list are how many shelves come inside the oven. It's something which not many people I suppose ask us about to start with, but it's sort of thing once you actually get it home, and then you realise, because on some of the basic ovens it might only have one shelf in there. So just have a look how many shelves come with the oven, because that can be quite important. There's nothing more annoying than buying an oven and then realising it doesn't have as many shelves as you want. Although most manufacturers will offer the ability to buy one afterwards. But something else to look out for are telescopic rails. This is something which is very useful. It's just showing here that So you've got the big pan here, and it just sits on the rails at the bottom. For some brands, so this is a Neff oven, Bosch, Neff and Siemens will offer the ability to put these in afterwards, so you can buy it as a spare accessory, because this is something that we get asked for quite a bit. Now, number 8 on the list is the colour of the oven. Now, for a lot of people that's quite high up in the list of things to consider when you're buying an oven, but the colour of the product is always important. I mean, here these are probably the two most popular colours that we sell. So we've got the stainless steel and black. We do find that stainless steel is by far the most popular colour, and the advantage is that it's quite easy to keep clean, and also it's very generic colour. It matches with a lot of other colours in the kitchen. There are a huge range of colours available. Some brands will do things like cream, pink, red. There's a whole array of colours. The only thing I do say is when somebody's buying, say, a very different coloured oven, is just think about what you're doing in the kitchen as far as colours and themes over the next couple of years. There's nothing worse than buying, say, a green oven and then finding that in a year or so you're thinking of changing the colour theme. So that's number 8 on the list, the colour of the product. So number 9 on the list are all the special features that some of the ovens come with. I mean, what I've covered today is really scratching the surface on what some of the ovens have. Some ovens have things like smart controls, so you can control the oven from your smartphone. You've got things like steam ovens that can really enhance the cooking ability of food. You've got things like meat probes that can really help to decide on the cooking time of things like meat joints. So there's a whole array of special features that ovens have. So before you decide on one, then just have a look to see if there's any special features that the oven has. Number 10 on the list, and for a lot of people it's going to be one of the most important things, is the cost of the item. You will find that prices vary a huge amount. You can pay as little as, say, £130, £150 at the very cheap end of the market, and you can go all the way up to way over £1,000 for an oven. Although at the end of the day it does the same job, it will cook the food, but you will find that by paying more for the product, that things like reliability should be better, warranty is normally better on the higher end products, the number of features that you get are normally a lot better. So have a look to see if there's something that fits within your budget. And as I normally try and say with my videos, have a look at the range of products. Don't always look for the cheapest one. What I'd normally say is look to see if there's a product that suits your needs. So if you think that going for something like a steam oven would benefit you, then try and have a look within that price range. Also, the cleaning of the oven. A lot of the cheaper ovens just have the basic enamel lining. If you can stretch, then go for something like with the catalytic liners, because you'll find that cleaning of the product is so much easier. So really have a look at the features and benefits that the oven offers just before you hop online and go for the cheapest. So I hope you enjoyed the video on the 10 things to consider before buying an integrated oven. I hope you found it useful. I'm sure there's many things that I have missed, and I know there's loads to talk about with ovens. So what I normally say is give us a thumbs up, click subscribe on our YouTube channel, leave any comments below. If I have missed something that you think is quite important, then leave it in the comments that you thought I should have put it in the top 10. Also, if you've got any comments on any ovens, or if you've got any questions, then again leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching.